So, in today's class, we are continuing our lesson Hypocrisy and its type. It's Islamic studies for class 6. Okay, so someone joins the class right now. Let me. So, we are going to start our lesson.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Walaikum assalam. The today's topic is about hypocrisy and its type. Okay, so now the second. We will see the second type of hypocrisy. So,
Sir, we finish all.
who's going to read
We
it?
finish, sir, we finish all
You finish
six
this one?
types.
No, no,
We
this
finish
one,
six
this one.
types.
If you see my screen, yes, we see it. Can you read this one?
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, read this one. Okay, Ryan.
Okay, sir. Second types. The practical hypocrisy, which is committing a deed of what hypocrites used to do in spite of still having faith at heart. And this does not exclude from Islam, although it is a way to do
Okay,
so.
okay, Ryan. Okay, stop here. Okay, so the practical hypocrisy. The practical hypocrisy, which is committing a deed of what hypocrite used to do in spite of still having faith at heart. Okay, so the practical hypocrisy means uh, the hypocrisy which person can do by actions. The hypocrisy which person can do by actions. This hypocrisy is done in this. Okay, so this practical hypocrisy which is committing a deed what hypocrite used to do, okay, in this with their actions they are performing the hypocrisy with their actions. The hypocrisy can be done by the language. They say good things from the language, but always done the bad things. Okay. And the practically performing it. They're saying one thing and performing another thing. So the practical hypocrisy is a committing deed, okay, of what hypocrite used to do. Normally, hypocrite do this thing. Okay. The practically means in English we can say the practical or the action. In Urdu, we can say amali, amal karna. So the practical hypocrisy in which the munafiq or the hypocrite do the things in spite of still having a faith at heart. Okay, remember one thing that hypocrites are not likable by the Allah and it's a sin. Hypocrisy is a sin in Islam, but the point is they have a little bit faith in their hearts. There is a little bit faith in their hearts. Who have a little bit faith? Hypocrites have the little bit faith. Walaikum assalam. Hypocrites have a little bit faith in their hearts, and this little bit faith does not exclude them from Islam. Although these hypocrites are on the way to do exclude from the Islam. So this little faith inside the heart of the hypocrite will save them from the exclusion of Islam. Exclude means getting out. Include means included inside. Okay. So this faith will not exclude them from Islam, although the hypocrisy or the hypocrites are on the path of exclusion. Everybody understand this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So Rohan, can you read the second one? Which I selected the line.
Okay,
Which
sir.
I selected.
Okay, sir. The person who does so still have faith in spite of hypocrisy, but hypocrisy increases, he will turn out to be a
Mere
mere hypocrite,
hypocrite.
mere hypocrite, the Prophet PBU said.
Okay. Okay. So the second thing. The second thing is we discussed about the person who does so still have faith in spite of the person who does so still have faith in spite of hypocrisy, but if hypocrisy increases, he will turn out to be the complete or the full hypocrite. The person who have faith, and that person also do the hypocrisy. That person is not getting out from the Islam, but that person is on the route of getting out from the Islam. But if the hypocrisy increases, if the hypocrisy increases, he or she will be turned out to be the mere hypocrite. Means they are completely turned out to be the hypocrite. They are completely the munafiq. Okay, if the hypocrisy increases, remember, hypocrisy is a sin. It's a crime, it's a sin in Islam. Okay, sin is just a guna. Guna, we can sin is in Urdu, it's a guna, and in English it's a sin. So hypocrisy is a sin. Okay, so the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, he said what? He said some things. Okay, let's see who else is there.
Can I read, sir?
Okay, Ali, you can read this one.
Four characteristics make anyone who possesses them a sea hypocrite. Anyone who possesses one of them possesses a characteristic of hypocrisy till he abandons it.
Abundance it. Okay,
When
abundance it.
he
Good, good.
when
Continue.
he talks he lies. When he makes a
Makes a convenient.
covenant
Convenient.
convenient,
Yes.
he acts
Treacherously. Treacherously.
treacherous means
I will tell you the meaning. You can read. I will tell the meanings of all the words.
when he gives a promise he breaks it, and when he cruels he deviates from the truth.
Okay. So, four characteristics. There are four things. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us. Okay, let me clear it. Okay. Told us four characteristics, four things that make anyone. Okay. Make anyone. The four characteristics make anyone who possesses them a hypocrite. So, the four characteristics are there who make anyone a hypocrite. Okay, anyone who possesses any one of them. Out of four characteristics, if anyone is found in anyone, this is the symbol of a hypocrisy. Anyone who possesses any one of the characteristic possess them a characteristics of hypocrisy till he abandons it. So it will become the complete hypocrite. And these symbols are just for the Muslims so that they come to know that that person is a hypocrite. What is the first thing? The first thing is when he talk, he lies. This is the first symbol of munafiq, the first symbol of hypocrite. Whenever he talks or she talks, he or she lies. He always tell a lie. Okay. Then there's the second thing. What is the second thing? When he or she, when he or she makes a covenant. The word covenant means agreement. Okay. Agreement. Whenever they are saying we will do this thing, they will go against it. He acts treacherously. Okay. There are two words. Let me write their meaning first. So that the word convenient means the agreement. The word convenient means the agreement. Okay. In Urdu we can say muhaida. Okay. The agreement, and the word treacherously means betray. In Urdu we can say gaddari, or we can say doing a fraud. So whenever we can say the betray. Okay, betray is the most closest one. So whenever he makes an agreement, he acts treacherously. He always betray and always backfire. Who? The hypocrite. Then we have the third thing. Then we have the third thing. What third thing we have? When when he or she gives a promise, he breaks it. He or she breaks it. Whenever he makes a promise, he or she makes it. Listen, the agreement and the promise are two different things. Agreement are normally done on the paper. Okay? Like we do the agreement for a house, for lease, for car, for anything. So whenever the agreement is done on paper, he always turned from it. And whenever he gives a promise or she gives a promise, he or she breaks it and never fulfill the profit promise. Okay, so then what else we have? Then the fourth thing. The fourth thing is there, and when. Let me change the color. And when he quarrels. Okay, the word quarrels means fighting. In Urdu, we can say ladai or jhagda. When he fights or when he quarrels, he or she deviates. He or she deviates from the truth. Deviates means revolting or changing the path from the truth and move towards the lie. Okay, he or she deviates from truth means always say the wrong or the lie related to the quarrel. So these are the four things which Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said related to the hypocrites, that these are the symbols of hypocrite. If you find any one of them in anyone, you will consider that they are on the route towards the hypocrisy. Sometimes people don't know they are
Sir,
hypocrite. Yes, yes.
what is meaning of possess?
What is the meaning of what?
Possess.
Okay, okay. Your voice is coming in an echo. Okay, possesses. The word possesses. It's that having. For example, if you possesses this thing, it means that you have you. If you have this thing, so if you possesses the good position, it means that if you get the good position or having the good position, possesses means having or getting. Possesses means having or getting. Anyone who possesses one of them out of four characteristics, anyone who get one of them possesses getting a characteristics of hypocrisy till he abandons it. Okay, so the person who has only one or two characteristic, that person has a characteristics of hypocrisy till till then that person abundance means leave that thing, leave that characteristics which make him or her a hypocrite. So these characteristics are there. The first one is whenever that person talks, he tell a lie or she tells a lie. Whenever he makes a agreement, he betray. He never fulfill that agreement. Okay, whenever he gives or she gives a promise, he or she break that promise. The fourth thing, whenever he fights or she fights, quarrels, he deviates from the truth and always take a route of lie. So everybody understand this thing?
So I don't understand the last one.
Understand what are you saying?
So I understand this.
So when he queries the dead, he deviates from the truth.
Okay,
Means,
it means that for example, for example, they are getting in a fight, okay, and when they are not getting a victory, consider themselves as a hypocrites. Okay, hypocrites are the munafiq. So whenever he fights, he deviates from the truth. For example, they start fighting with someone else, and when someone beat them, remember, hypocrites start the fighting. I'm just giving you the scenario. Hypocrites start the fighting and someone beat them. They will start saying something which is not acceptable, or they are proving others wrong that they are beating us. They didn't tell that they started the war or they started the fighting. Okay, there is a one incident happen in the country, in the Pakistan. What is the incident? The incident is that one security guard kills the manager of a bank. Okay, when the police arrest that manager, that police arrest that guard, the guard said that the manager is doing the blasphemy, or manager is disrespecting the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. The guard put the blame on the manager, and on the behalf of this, guard said that I killed the manager. But when the police done the investigation, they didn't found anything, and later they found out that this guard has a fight. This guard has some personal grudge, or personal, what we can say, enmity between them, between the manager and the guard, and that guard kill him and put the wrong or a false blame on the manager. So whenever he quarrels, so they start fighting, and when he kills it, they put the false blame on it. So this is the characteristic of a hypocrite. So that's why Allah said the hypocrite will be burned in the corner of the hell, because sometimes hypocrites don't know that they are hypocrites. They don't know they are hypocrites. So whenever the person who starts fighting or do the things like it, they always turn up from the truth, and they are telling lies or move towards the wrong route. So that is the characteristic of a hypocrite. Ryan, understand?
Yes, sir. So, what is the meaning of treacherously? Treacherously.
It means that betray. In Urdu, we can say Gaddari. Okay? Not
Okay, sir.
fulfilling the things. Not fulfilling the things. For example, you give someone's your house. Normally, what happen? The agreement happens in the tenant and the landlord. The tenant and the landlord. Okay, they, for example, some landlord gave their house on a rent to someone. The tenant, in Urdu we can say kiraedar. Okay, tenant lives in the house. Okay, there is an agreement, but tenant didn't
Sir,
fulfill the
renter.
agreement. Sorry.
Sir, uh, sir, we call them renters.
We can say them, but exactly the actual term used as is tenant. The actual term used in the agreement is a tenant. You can say it, but the actual term is tenant, the person who take a space on rent. Okay, so the agreement, the landlord and the tenant have an agreement that the tenant will live in this house without damaging the house, but they will never fulfill the agreement. The hypocrites never fulfill those agreements, or never complete those, or behave according to the agreement. Okay, in the old times, at the time of war, whenever they are losing the war, they make an agreement with the winners. But whenever they get the stable conditions, or whenever they are getting out of the war, they will start betraying from that agreement. So that's why the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that whenever they make the agreement, they betray, or they will turn off from their agreements or their decisions. Understand, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Okay, so how many characteristics Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us about the hypocrites?
Four characteristics, sir.
Four characteristics. Whenever he talks, he tell a lie. Whenever he or she makes a covenant, he acts or betray. Whenever he or she gives a promise, he or she breaks it. Whenever he or she quarrels, he or she deviates from the truth. So these are the four characteristics, four symbols of hypocrites. Whosoever get these or possesses these, one of them, two of them, three of them, or all four, that person considered as a hypocrite. Okay, if someone has only one characteristic in their personality, so that person is considered as a hypocrite. Till whenever that person leaves that that characteristic, then that person will become a true believer. So this is all about the essence for the hypocrisy. Okay, everybody understand this thing? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so along with it, one assignment is also published. I made assignment for you. It's published in there in the class era, or the class site. It's available there. If you guys don't
okay,
have
sir.
any question, you guys can open the assignment and do the assignment.
Okay, sir.
It's available there in the class light or the class era.
Okay,
Sir,
sir.
can I?
You guys can do the assignment. If you guys have any question, you guys can ask. Okay, so you're done. Okay, that's great. That's great. If you done the assignment, that's great.